Hey guys, it's Lori with a Voice in the Dark here on YouTube. And, well, sorry for the lighting. It's late night. I just was moved to make a video. I think we're all aware that the powers that be have been fooling us and lying to us for quite some time. And I think we're at the point now where we need to realize that their opinion is that we have ended a cycle, that we have come as far as we can possibly come as a reasonable society. And I beg to differ. The people were just beginning to awaken and even understand what that meant, which is the natural evolution of the human, the natural evolution into our divinity and our oneness, understanding our oneness with Source, and awakening and creating a new world, heaven on earth. And I think that we need to take a good look inside of each of us at this point and decide, is that what we want to do? Or do we want them to control us even more by, they are under the impression that we get closer to God when there's more violence. We turn to God when there's more violence. No, we don't. We turn to fear and we cry. And if we do anything, we'll beg God to fix it for us. But they're lying to you. And they've been lying to all of us forever, and especially in religions and whatnot. There are different ways of living that have tried to help us. Buddhism and paganism and some of the Hindu ways, Shaolin way, Japanese, and let us not forget the indigenous people of the earth. They have been trying to tell us all along about our spiritual prowess, so to speak. We are divine sparks of divinity. We have a right to evolve naturally and with some gusto and some positiveness in our lives without interruption from the powers that be. We have the right to say we do not consent, and they have to back off. But there has to be a majority of us to say it. So start saying, I do not consent. Send it to your senators, to your parliaments, to whoever you got to send it to. They have to adhere to it. They were given permission to help rule us with the intention that they were supposed to help us evolve into what we are. And that is divine sparks of Source. And then we could go home or make a choice, an honest choice. They keep throwing free will at us as if we've been given it. You are not given free will if you do not know the truth. And they've never given the full truth. We've had to hunt and peck for it. And now they're trying to say to hurry us up. They've got people out there that are talking as if they are the Arcturians and the Andromedans. Well, they do have some Arcturians and Andromedans here that are fallen. Just like the Anunnaki, just like the fallen angels. Just like us in a way. We just got stuck here. And forgot who we were. We're the divine children of God, of Source. We're powerful. We're just like Jesus or Buddha or Shiva or any of them. But we're just like Jesus and Sophie. I call her Sophie. You call her Sophia. And they've lied about religion and about women. Women are extremely sacred beings, and they are meant for a divine union, which brings a whole new world into fruition quickly. It's about the heart, and it's about your powerful minds that can override any of the programming they try to give you. And you can override it and bend reality back to where it should be. And that's somewhere beautiful and loving and caring, nurturing with the earth, because she is an entity. And understanding how the stars in the sky work, and understanding how seasons work, and talking to the animals and to nature what they need and what you might need, they can offer. It's a relationship that we have lost track of. And we have come to a point where we can plainly see that even here in the United States of America, that the Democratic parties and the Republican parties were all working together with the elite. The elite have performed all this. They had a 40-year plan, and it got pushed back, another 20. So it's taken almost 50, 60 years to get us to this point. And the whole point is to bust up America. They're going to tell us who to worship. They're going to give us one God, and they're going to give us an AI God. Hallelujah, praise the not. And they're saying that if we don't choose now to go into New Earth and raise our vibration up to love, just love, and gratitude, that's all you need. Center in that, and we move on to the 5D, to the New Earth. We don't go through the cataclysms they're about to go through here. And it's going to get really ugly here. And I don't think any of us really want to be here for that. But there's a bunch of us here that have been holding that energy for the earth, and for the sky, and for heaven, the real one, not the fake one. There are so many lies here, I don't even want to discuss them anymore. But they're lies. And the only way, the truly only way for you to understand who and what you are is to meditate and go inside here. Jesus tried to tell you, Sophia tried to tell everybody, the way is the way Jesus taught, was how to be your God self. How to turn inward for the answers, and to know without a doubt, your faith, that all your needs will be met. Will you be able to get, a Coach handbag every other day or every other month, or, once a year, and then get a different kind? I don't know. I'm just happy to have a handbag, to tell you the truth. But we're at that point where they're trying to rush everything. Rush. Try to kick all this in and make it happen. And it's actually backfiring on them as they do this, which is normal when you try to rush something. So my only concern is your soul and the direction you wish to take it in. That's it. So if you're having trouble with anything, center yourself in gratitude and love, and give 38 seconds every day to a powerful vision of what you would like the world to be if you could have a world that you love and you felt free in and you felt great in. What would that look like? For me, I want to cloud surf someday. But, whenever. But I want a world where we make space for other people, different types of people. I used to have parties, dinner parties, and everyone was different. They were all from different backgrounds. Some were wealthy, some were poor, some were, car mechanics, some were, we call them jack of all trades, some were radio personalities. It all varied. But it always made such an interesting conversation all night. So, is there problemed people in the world? Yes. Because they were left out as if they weren't important. There is always more than enough food. There is always more than enough of everything. The powers that be are the ones that limit it so that they can make more money. We have to get to a point where we decide that maybe money isn't what we want our values to be based on, our personal value to be based on, yeah, you know what I mean. If you could do, and you knew you could do anything, and I mean anything, and never have to worry about how you were going to do it, you just have to dream it up, and all of a sudden things would just start happening to make it happen, what would you do? What would you see your value in then? Your imagination and source. Everybody asks me, how do you make it look so easy? How do you do this all the time? Because I've been through some real tragedies, especially over the last 12, 15 years. And I don't know, I just look at them and I said, well, because I believe in something bigger than me that I'm an integral part of, and that it never lets me down because I tested it to make sure it was listening. And I've just always believed in God. God is all it is, source. And I've always talked to it. And I believe in being a good person. I've always lived with a code of honor that I like to live by, like the Knights of the Round Table. And was I always perfect in it? No, I was not. None of us are. But we learn. And it gives you something to base your standards on for yourself, to make you an enriched person. I believe in learning something new every day, or I'm a shambles. And that's a Wiccan thing. Witches always believe that. Good witches. There's bad ones, but the good ones always believe in knowledge. And so learning something new every day was, a perfect habit to have. And fair and just. To just be fair and just. And when you have a society as big as we do in the world right now, yes, you need laws. You need rules. Rule of law. It helps keep boundaries. That you can't go too far. Do what you want, but bring harm to none. And never interfere with another person's life path. So doing spells on people is wrong. And karma's here to kick everybody in the ass this time, because we're done with it. Black magic is out the window. New Earth won't have that. New Earth, you won't even need magic. I don't need it. I just think of it, say I want it, I speak it, and I get it. And that's what we're supposed to do. But I ask Source, or the angels. And I don't ask so much as I kind of demand, I just tell them what I want. I expect to get it. That could be another thing, my intention, my expectation is there. I can't explain all the intricacies of it, like some of these, mystics and, all that. Although I know I've been trained as a shaman and a mystic. I've been many things, many lifetimes. And I just know it works. And I'm happier. And when things fall apart, I either fix it the way normal people would, with money, and go to the store and get shit and have it done, or hire somebody. That's even best. You can find somebody that won't cheat you and make a mess. Running into that problem lately. But otherwise, I just make do with what I got. Because when I sit and realize and really contemplate, I have everything I need to be anything I want to be. And if I end up in the near future needing more, it'll be there. So the powers that be are controlling us with fear and fear-mongering and violence. I told him, I said, oh, that really works. You know, it really gets us back to God, you know, every time you have a war. I think we would have not had any more wars from World War I on, don't you? I mean, whose asses are you blowing smoke up? All of ours asses. Blow it up your own ass. We're not listening to it anymore. You come from a much higher power than what's here. This is an inverted universe, and we're trapped here. We can get out, and now's the time. Do not hook up to a damn computer. Do not let anything go in your body unless it's for your health. And we're going to have to start growing our own food again. We're going to have to do a lot of things ourselves again, because they aren't going to give us anything worthwhile. We're all going to stick our noses in the air and go, forget it. And some won't, I get it. But you got to understand that some of them that won't are the ones that are just a program. They are what they call background people. They don't have souls. So they just follow what, you know, the powers that be want them to do. That's how we get a little confused on, you know, what's going on. And it only takes 6% of the population of Earth to say, I do not consent, and they got to stop. So remember that. Because if you get stuck here, it's going to get ugly. And I just don't want anybody to get stuck here. However, New Earth is going to be a change. It's going to be a real big change. And we'll have new technologies. They won't take a lot, but we'll learn a lot of new things. We're the most clever beings in the universe when we want to be, because we have the ability to tap in outside of the box into the source energy. And then we have knowledge from all over the universe. You know, it's an ancient universe, so, you know, we'll be able to get anything we need to know. So I just wanted to say, ignore the bullshit. Turn it off. Turn off the Wi-Fi. I turn it off at night now, and I'm getting ready to start leaving it down during the day, because I have found that I feel better. I've even got a new wave generator so that I can have proper wave energy in here. Normal frequencies that we get from the earth. They're interrupting everything that they can right now to try to keep us here, because they like our soul energy. They don't have it. That's why they like to take ours. And ours is pretty much unlimited. It just weakens you for a little bit, and then you got to regroup. And then they take some more, and then they take some more, and it's a never-ending cycle. They're the cycles. They're the cycle makers. And every time we get to a point where we're awakening, and this is the biggest awakening we've had so far, and that's why, and it's not just in this country, it's around the world. That's why they're trying to push this fast. They even had a fake Jesus set up that they were going to bring in. Get to know yourself, because Jesus resides right in here. So does heaven. So does Sophia. All the aeons do. You have access to all the star seeds that you need, but you got to go in here because the information's in here. It's not out there. It's in here. You're programmed already with that spark of consciousness from source. You're already one with the whole universe. You don't need help. And you don't need anybody to worship. Except maybe yourself once in a while. Because you're that important. I've always said that there is no sin. God would never, your soul is so perfect, it's unreal. Here, they trap you with karma to say, oh, you've got to do this, and you didn't do this good enough, and blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit. God would take you home whenever you're ready, because your soul is free. What God didn't understand is how bad they held you here. It does now. The whole universe knows now. And this is an interrupt. And I'm telling you, it's time to take 15 minutes a day to meditate, deep breathe, and just go inside and say, God, what is it I need to understand better right now? And it'll come to you. You can heal your own body. You don't have to have an ID, digital ID, so you can get health care. Screw it. If you need help, call me. Or email me, whatever. I can do it over the phone. It's no big deal. We are some of the most powerful beings in the universe. And we are the sweetest, most loving, nurturing beings in the universe. That's how we got locked in here and forgot who we were, because we'd rather give the benefit of the doubt than to hurt somebody's feelings, especially when it's so important as to telling us who our God is and how we should behave. But it's also caused a lot of problems. It's caused a lot of problems because a lot of people felt different about their life. They felt different about how they were going to do things. And women, oh my God, women are just as important and is just as equal as any man. And they don't like that at all. You're seeing that pop up real bad right now. And those ones that are wishing for that kind of behavior and that kind of, they are not real humans. They are not souls. They are not us. They are part of the leadership. They have no soul. They have some power, money, and weapons. Obviously they got weapons. But get off the internet as often as possible. Turn it off. Go outside, get your feet in the dirt. And I know you can't right now. I wish I would have brought a box of dirt in. But instead I got a wave generator so I could at least put the frequencies right in the house. And just use 7.83. That's for the earth. But if you get one, you can get them on Amazon. I got a cheaper one. I mean, I got one at Walmart cheaper, and but it seems to work pretty good. So anyway, love yourself. That is the only sin that, and God doesn't see it as a sin. It saddens him a little bit. But he knows you'll get better. Is not loving yourself enough to be important, to take up space, to say no and mean it, and to say yes when you mean it, to live as fully and creatively as you possibly can, and to, tune in once in a while because he likes hearing about it. And she likes hearing about it. And the Mother Goddess happens to be here now. She came to help with this changeover. And because it's a big change. I mean, the earth is shifting too. There'll be two earths. One in a higher dimension and one in the lower here. They will entice you with different realms to go to. Luckily, I'm stubborn, and I didn't want to go to their heaven. I didn't like any of them. And I didn't like any of their other realms where they teach magic and this and that. I mean, it was tempting, but, no. For one thing, I won't belong to a hive. We're not meant for a hive. We are already one with Source. But we're all very unique and different. And that's our right. And it's our thing. How else would God and Goddess and Source ever experience everything if we weren't uniquely different, created uniquely different? So embrace your uniqueness and be your authentic self. Ignore the ones that are arrogant and ambush you. Just ignore them. Walk away. The ones who are dead set on women should be seen and not heard, walk on. It ain't even worth it. And you'll know in your soul, you'll know if you're a soul. You'll know if you're one of the real ones. And it's time to wake up to it and be all you can be. And let's bring in a new earth, heaven on earth, and a new Lemuria. Lemuria was the original plan for having a more physical experience. And then invaders came and screwed everything up, and we ended up in 3D, which got even worse. So, let's let's take pride, not arrogance, but pride in who we are and what we are. Jesus and Sophia and heaven and God, Goddess, all that is, resides right here inside of each of us. It can be activated. All you got to do is talk to God. But he'll wait till you're ready. But you will learn who you are. And that'll be your first step. And in the new world, you'll be activated completely. And the creating will be amazing. And, I'm wanting to do Dr. Seuss stuff, and, and I'm wanting to go cloud surfing, and, all kinds of cool stuff. It may take a while, but what's a couple hundred years versus eternity? So let's become our light bodies, more of our light body. Take better care of yourself. I'm trying to. I still smoke. I'm trying to get rid of that. I am eating better, though, but I'm not exercising much because I don't go anywhere in the cold. I love being retired. So, but if you need anything, email me. My email's always in the description. And let's do this. Let's become way showers. Let's become our divine selves and see what we can be. Anything. So start dreaming again. It's important. It's really important now. And I have found that if we just ignore them, they'll fade away. They're going to do what they're going to do. It doesn't matter. I'm a fighter, but I also know that when there's a fight that isn't worth fighting, and it's time to walk away. So it's time to walk away to 5D. It's time to embrace our divinity and get the blue blazes out of here. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Lori out.